Hello and welcome to my channel. This is my first video for Conversations with a Squirrel Brain. So a little bit about me. I just recently turned 49. I have 3 children. They're all pretty much grown up, almost. My oldest is 28, 29, oh my goodness. See? Squirrel brain. Yeah, she's, 28, 29, oh my goodness, 28. 28, 29. Anyways. My other 2, one is 19. The other one just recently had a birthday, and I think he is, yeah, she's 19. My other daughter is 19, and my son is 16. Yeah, 16. Sorry, the reason that I have difficulty remembering their ages is because I have not seen them since my son was 1 or 2, and my daughter, I haven't seen her since, my other daughter, I haven't seen her since she was like 5, 4 or 5, something like that. Yeah, I was going through a rough period in my life back at that point in time in my life, and the ministry, I am Canadian, so here in Canada, they're called the Ministry for Children and Family Development. People down in the States know them as DCFS, Department of Family and Children's Services, or DCFS, Department of Children and Family Services, or what have you. Something like that. Anyways, they were always prying into my life, going behind my back and talking to my dad about me. They were always butting their nose into my life and the way I was raising my children. Mostly when I just had the one child, my oldest daughter. But then I got married, and with my husband, we had 2 children, and the ministry backed off a bit because I was married to someone that had a stable job, stable income, and then things didn't work out, and I left him and took all 3 kids, moved across Canada from British Columbia to Ontario, Canada. So basically north of Washington, San Francisco, to north of New York. And while there, the ministry there, they were worse. They were way worse. I ended up coming back to British Columbia. I ended up moving back to British Columbia for legal reasons, mainly. But oh goodness. I sort of got my kids back, because the ministry in Ontario, they took them away, and then they were given to their the 2 younger ones were taken, and given, my ex-husband was given temporary custody of the 2 of them. My oldest girl, she came, I got her back, but then there were just so many things that happened. After coming back to British Columbia, lots of different things happened. Lots of things. And I will get into more detail about all of the things that happened over the years and what have you. I do have a second, this is my second channel. My first channel, my original channel, is where I do diamond paintings. So yeah, you can kind of see that in the reflection of, I'm showing the screen on my TV. But yeah, you can see it in the reflection on the screen. I know it's a little distracting. There, that's better. Yeah, so I decided to do this channel, create this channel to just talk about anything that crosses my mind, anything that piques my interest. I'm very interested in like true crime news, other YouTube channels. I talk a bit in my other channel, my other YouTube channel about other YouTube channels that I follow and watch, other diamond painting YouTube channels that I follow and watch, and just other YouTubers whose channels that interest me. And I'll get into those later as well. So yeah, this is just starting out, new, different. I will at some point do live streams. And yeah, so this is just a small introduction of me. I live in a fifth wheel camper. It's not that big. My daughter, I gave her the bedroom so that she has her privacy. I'm not married, just divorced. I do have a boyfriend. He and I have known each other for, since my daughter here was like 8 months old, 9 months old. We first kind of initially met back then before she started crawling. And, yeah. We've been friends. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so we've been friends for a number of years, and he's always been there for me as a good friend, shoulder to cry on whenever things didn't work out in relationships. He was always there for me. And then I ended up living with him for a little while I got a job, and then while I was working, and because the boyfriend I had at the time was like, well, you can't just, I'm on permanent disability because of depression that has gotten worse over the years. Really, really, really worse over the years. Yeah, I have tried to unalive myself several times. The first time was through strong drink. After that, it was always with medication. Let's see what else. But yeah, so I was dating this guy, and I was on assistance for depression, and he's like, well, you need to get a job. And it's like, okay, fine. So I tried to find a job. I couldn't find a job in that town. So I reached out to this friend, and I'm like, well, can I come stay at your place until I find a job and get a place of my own? And he's like, yeah, sure, not a problem. So I moved into his place, and I ended up getting a job. And he's like, yeah, you can stay here while you're working. And so, yeah, I stayed, and I thought we could probably try and have a relationship, but he was still dealing with a divorce. and said that he wasn't interested in dating, he wasn't looking for a relationship, none of that stuff. So I went out, and plus by that time my boyfriend had decided to break up with me again, and that was for the last time that, yeah, with that guy. Because, yeah, he was emotionally abusive. He'd break up with me and then beg me back, and then break up with me and beg me back. And yeah, after I moved into my friend's place. And anyways, so yeah, I got into the dating scene, and then my daughter here, I'll just call her Wolfie because that's her gamer tag on Xbox. Yeah, for privacy. And yeah. So anyways, an old friend of mine reached out to me, and he's like, "You'll never guess who I ran into." And he told me that Wolfie's father had he disappeared from the picture back when the last time I had seen him was when on her first birthday, and he was just walking past the restaurant that she and I were in, and that was the last time I had seen or heard anything about him, aside from rumors that he'd gone up north and unalived somebody and was on the run from the cops, which turned out to be total fabrication. But yeah, so he and I reconnected, and she actually got to meet him for the first time officially, because yeah, he had seen her a few times when she was just a wee little baby. But yeah, so he and I reconnected, and then we decided to try and see if we could make things work between the two of us. And well, that turned into like the first couple of years that we were together were okay. The first year definitely was okay. But then just slowly deteriorated over time. And until the last 3 years was just 3 or 4 years. 3 years. Last 3 years were just the worst. Just terrible. He ruined his relationship with Wolfie back when at the like March, April of 2020, when things started shutting down here in Canada due to what was the health issues that were going on at the time. And yeah, he ruined things, and she cut contact with both of us for 2 years. And that was actually the longest I had ever gone without any communication with her. And then she decided to start communicating with me again. So we reconnected, and there were times when he was not happy about it, but it's like, well, she's my child as well, and I've always been there for her. So yeah, I helped her move. She was dating a guy online from Alberta, which is the province over right next to BC. And so I helped her move. She was actually living in the same city as us, as her father and I. And I helped her move to her boyfriend's in Alberta. And I think at that point they were engaged, because periodically she'd fly out there and visit. And yeah, so they were engaged, and she went out there and lived there for 2 years. And then she called me up, and she's like, yeah, it's over. She was crying and upset. And so I helped make arrangements for her to come back to BC. I didn't have a way of driving out there. And so yeah, I brought her back, and she moved in with me into this fifth wheel. And I know this was supposed to be just a quick short talking about, but squirrel brain, right? And I'll say it a lot, but yeah, squirrel brain. I'll go off on a tangent, but yeah, she broke up with him, and she reconnected not long after moving in with me. She reconnected with an old friend, and they admitted to each other that they actually had feelings for each other, and so they've been online dating ever since. But this one, he lives in Florida, so yeah. Anywho, yeah. So this short intro turned out to be a little bit longer than expected. But yeah, I will share pictures, videos, share projects that I'm working on. Because not only do I do diamond painting, but I do cross stitch, I knit, I crochet, not in a long time, but I used to do scrapbooking, other things like that. I will share, so I'll share all that kind of stuff on my other channel as well as on this channel, just not as much on this channel, because this channel is going to focus more on other stuff. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for this video. Stay tuned for more at a later date. I don't know when, I don't know how long I'll be on, but until then, I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye!